And we should be live, guys. Ugh. Just get a few things tweaked here. The jar? Oh yeah, that's my that is my water. Stay hydrated, kids. And then we got our Shinji for Unit 1, and we got our Karu for our Mark 6 back here. Alright, so, hey guys, how you doing? Can you hear me alright? Can you hear the music alright? How you doing? Give me something in the chat. Tell me how you're doing. Awesome. So, today, I am building one more Keeppley third-party, questionable legality, not Lego set. Previously, we built Eva Unit-1 here, and we built Mark 6 as well. And I thought we had a pretty good time. Whoops. I'm in a tiny little office here. So it is okay. Stay hydrated, kids. Stay hydrated so you don't get the Rona. You know what? The carcolum? You know, here's the thing. Being a grown-up is extremely overrated. Hot take, being an adult sucks. So, you know what? I mean, you don't have to look too hard out there to see how much nostalgia marketing there is going on all the time. People reliving their childhoods and seeing big budget live action versions of their favorite cartoons and comic books and video games. Being an adult, being a grown-up is overrated. Paying bills, going grocery shopping, taking the cat to the vet. These things are not fun. But you know what is fun? Sort of Legos. Sort of Legos are fun. So today, we're gonna chill out. We're gonna talk about Eva. We're gonna build some more. We're gonna build some more, not Lego. We're gonna have a good time. Is that okay with you guys? Chat asks, because I have no idea how to pronounce your username. But chat asks, do I have a Discord server? I do not. I do not have a Discord server, but there may be a Discord server in the future. It's one of those like as things grow type things. We shall see. But these sets are not Lego. Lego blocks themselves, as I understand it, are no longer patented, okay? something about, like, back when Lego started out, there were multiple building block toys. And there's a really great show on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us, okay? And they actually go over, in pretty good detail, why you have things like nanoblock and mega blocks, and how they're able to legally make similar building block toys. The question, though, is, did this company legally obtain the licensing to make these sets? I don't know. These ones I got off of eBay. So if you search for this brand on eBay, you should find it. I believe in you. You can find it. These ones over here I got from a seller on Amazon. However, that seller is no longer selling this particular toy. So, if you search for this brand name, you should find it. I believe in you. I think I'm gonna put one more thing. Let's see. Let's put one more thing out on this. Since we are building Mark 8 today, let's put Mari up there too. There we go. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Who even is Mari? What do we know about her? Nothing. And you know what, chat? The other day, I was thinking, you know, oh man, these are so dusty. I need to clean my office here sometime. But you know, what really significantly separates Mari's design from Hikari's design? It's like you pretty much just get rid of the freckles, add glasses, change the hair color slightly, and lengthen the hair, and you pretty much go from Hikari to Mari, right? They're pretty much kind of the same basic design. But anyway. We'll stick sorry, Hikari. We're gonna stick Hikari over there in the corner. Alright, so let's build some not Lego. Let's see, we need bag number 1. And chat, I want you to say, I don't care if you are a theist or not. I want you guys to say a prayer for me in chat that we actually have all the pieces that we need, and we don't have a repeat of last week where we were missing a piece that we needed, because that was not fun. That had me so stressed out. ASMR for you guys. Now I'll try not to dump the pieces in the tray like last time and blow your ears out. Welcome back, gamer dude. How you doing? We're making some pink stuff today. For those of you that have hung out in either of the last two streams, This is going to be a little bit redundant because, you know, we're basically building 80% of the same robot toy again. But we'll hang out, we'll talk about some stuff. Because, you know, there's little bits and bobs of things happening every day. I feel like I'm going to be stressed out the entire stream, hoping that we're not missing a piece like last time. Average Holbert, thank you so much for the $4.99. NGE Masato Superior, Rebuild, Melee, Masato Inferior. I think we can generally... Chat, can we generally agree that most everything in NGE is better than what it is in Rebuild? I mean, there's so much that's just completely glossed over. You know, like, I was working on a video and I was thinking, like, do we know for a fact that the world of Rebuild is still a world of endless summer in Japan? And we don't know, because they never, like, detailed in any great detail. Like, I don't think they even talk in Rebuild about flooding, you know, or any of the impact to the world, you know, from like we got in NGE. So, like, we don't know who built the Magi for, like, a fact, you know. We don't, like, they never mentioned Naoko Akagi once. The thing that was really surprising to me is that Asuka isn't crazy about Kaji, which is, like, one of her defining factors in NGE. That's so weird. Hydrate, kids. But you all no doubt have heard, and you should have because I made a video about it, that they have let slip the runtime of the film. So it's not, like, official, you know, because it wasn't supposed to come out, I'm sure, but Japan's film rating board revealed that the film was, what, 134 minutes, like 2 hours 34, 2 hours 35 minutes. So it's gonna be a long movie, guys, and I can't wait. And I swear by Sonny Jesus, if that comes out that was wrong, I'm gonna be so mad at the Japanese Film Classification Board. I'm gonna be so mad, but I'm sure you will too. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you guys are mad too at me. Not my fault. Everybody reported on it, including Anime News Network, which is a pretty, you know, a pretty, what's the word? Pretty reputable source. And pretty much everybody on the internet reported on it. So it's gotta be. Or heads will roll. Alright, chat. Say your best prayer for me, because I'm probably terrible at pronouncing names. But Alejandro Barrera, thank you so much for the $5. Thoughts on Asushin? I think and hope they end up together somehow. Sorry, I just ship Asuka x Shinji. Sorry, Alejandro, I ship Asuka and Kaoru. I'm weird, but it's okay. We're all entitled to have our own weird things. So, the interesting thing about Asu Shin in Rebuild is it really seems like it's entirely predicated on the fact that Shinji calls out Asuka by name, like by first name, and I think that, I don't know, did something for her? I don't know. But do I think? Well, you gotta consider that, I mean, come on, let's look at what we got to work with here. We've got Mari, who we, like, don't know anything about. We've got, Kaoru, who is dead, but a clone, and, you know, Shinji might have to start his relationship with Kaoru over again to some degree. And the Kaoru that we have seen in the trailers recently might be like Ghost Kaoru or Quantum Kaoru? You know? So we don't know. But you gotta keep in mind, Asuka is Ano's favorite character. He had a thing for Yuko Miyamura at a point, and for all the sort of distaste that certain... Alright, chat, here's the thing. I don't understand why some segments of the fandom really hate Asushin as a pairing. When, like, isn't that kind of what the show... Like, isn't that what the show does? Isn't that where the show goes? I mean, he's not ending up with Rei. Rei's a clone of his mom. That's just too weird, my dudes. Like, I know Japan has, like, some, like, Shinto thing where, like, Adam and Eve, like, their Adam and Eve in Shinto, I think, was, or Japanese myth was, like, they were brother and sister, so, like, that's why you have so many characters like that across anime and manga. But that's still, not happening. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Although, Sadamoto really did like Rei an awful lot. And a lot of the character motivation for Shinji recently has been Rei. So, I don't know. Howden Tolbert, thank you so much for the $9.99. I know what you feel, man, that the story is not going well or not. I'm going to try making a comic version of them, sticking with NGE and a little bit of Rebuild. Can you read it when I finished? No promises, but I will give it a try. I have been meaning to jump into the, like, Evangelion fan fiction, microcosm. I've read so very little. Like, I think I read Eva R, which was like the big one, I think, back in the day, and I read all of the main track of that and most of the Prime alternate track of it, and I actually dumped a whole bunch of the original soundtrack from that fanfic into the playlist for today. So I hope you we're listening to a little bit of it right now. I hope you guys like it. This was like this is like the early electronic for me that got me interested in electronic music. So I've got a little bit of nostalgia for it. But yeah, I will give it a try. I need to read some fan fiction. I think the only other fan fiction I've read was the guy that did the Eva Comics webcomic. I read a few, like one or two of his short stories, and I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about genocide. Like there's somebody on Reddit who's been illustrating a whole bunch of stuff, like supplementary stuff for that fan fiction, and it's one of those things where it's like if that person cares, that much about that fanfic to do that much art for it, it must be worth checking out. So I've been thinking about that. But you gotta give me time, and I will not be able to give you any like positive feedback, or I mean not positive, but like feedback that like constructive feedback that puts like whatever you're working on in the perspective of other fan fiction, because my other fan fiction knowledge is very sparse. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anthony Titus. Titus? Will you at some point do a review for Evangelion Retake? I have it in my topic doc. I do want to. Come apart. There we go. So, yes, I have read Retake. I believe I've read both the uncensored version and the all ages version. And I do mean to get around to it someday. I even tracked down a copy of the very, very questionable, very, very bad Retake adult video, which the trailer, if you've ever seen the trailer for the Retake adult video, you've pretty much seen all that you need to. Like, don't feel like you need to track that down, because you'll probably be disappointed. But I was thinking about doing the Retake review and cover that as well, like a 2-for-1, because that is also in my topic doc, and I cannot possibly imagine doing a completely standalone review for the Retake adult video, because it's so bad. It's terrible. I need another one of those. Since I support genocide, what are you looking to wipe out first? Here's the things, I don't necessarily support it because I haven't read it, but I've heard good things about it, so I really ought to check it out. But for the moment, I am juggling multiple videos, and I am and I'm also trying to determine kind of what I want to do kind of going forward, with what free time I have, because it's tough. Video creation takes a lot of time, and I want to like find that nice balance of where I am. That's not. Is that? Yes. I want to find that nice balance where I am making regular content, but not taking time away from like the big ones, Listen to that. I like this one. Yeah, so I need to try and find that nice balance where I am not taking too much time away from like the big videos that people really care about a lot, but also like maintaining like a regular stream of content. So this guy, and this one we're working on, they're not fan-made. They are a questionable third-party set. We never got a official. I have not yet gotten like a determination as to whether or not it's a like a legitimately licensed set. Sorry, but if you search for Keeppley, you should find them reasonably easily. I don't know what the best place is, just that the ones that I'm building here I got off of eBay. So if you search eBay, you will find them. Shouldn't take too much effort. Alejandro, thanks again for the $5. I like Retake, and yeah, I don't care why people don't really like Asushin because that one does it pretty well. Same with the Shinji Ikari Racing Project. Ever read it? I've read a little bit of it, just to get a sense of what it's about, but it's another one of those things that I don't know. I think, like, I wanted to read the whole thing. Like, I didn't want to follow it, like, the I don't know. I'm more interested in dramatic stuff, so the whole like ecchi moe whatever, like it just didn't really interest me all that much. There was that time when like I read stuff like or I watched stuff like I can't brain today. What is it? Ken Akamatsu? What? Love Hina. So, like, I had that time where, like, I read, Love Hina, but, like, that stuff doesn't really interest me all that much anymore, and I kind of put off reading it until I could get the whole series and read the whole thing in one go. And I, got the last volume last year, but it has not found its way into it's weird, but I am very bad at getting around to things. I'm kind of a procrastinator, and I'm at that point with a lot of these things where if I'm going to read, all of a manga, all of like if I'm going to read all of Shinji Ikari Racing Project, if I'm going to read all of Angelic Days, if I'm going to read all of Campus Apocalypse, it's going to be for the purposes of generating content, reviews and such. So like I have some ideas. Like I want to do like not only do I want to do the reviews of these, but I also want to do like more like structured live content. I would like to do something along the lines of like a book club where we could maybe do some live streams where we will like read a couple volumes and then like maybe like talk about it and discuss it and kind kind of critique it a little bit together, maybe as, like, as a community. Wait, what? That's awfully... That's weird. Were you like that on these ones too? No. That's weird. This segment here, they put a different piece in these so that it won't stay quite as well. So hopefully I have an extra 1x2 plate that I can put you back. Maybe hopefully I'll have an extra piece so I can secure that better. Because this is just gonna slide around a whole bunch. So, just to kind of reiterate, I have read some of Campus Apocalypse, Shinji Ikari Raising Project, Ikari Shinji Raising, basically all of the spin-off mangas I've read a little bit of, but not in their entirety. And I will someday, once I've had a chance to schedule in kind of hate thinking about it that way, but the thing that I'm most happy about right now is generating content. So I will find a way, find the time, find the format to do some fan fiction reviews and some manga reviews. Although I'm afraid the viewing base at large might not be as into it. I think I might have missed to put a piece there. I feel like fan fiction reviews might not have as much traction the way, like the analysis videos too. But I will give it a try. We'll see how it goes. And we are on to bag number 2. Alejandro, thank you so much again for the $10. Yeah, no worries. I would love to watch live streams of reading the Shinji Ikari Raising Project or any of the other manga/stories. Also, after 3.0 plus 1.0, you think we'll get any new type of Eva stuff? So, there's like 2 or 3 things in there to talk about. The first is the book club will probably not be like reading it, but because I wouldn't want to just read the manga on a live stream just because of copyright and all that. But like probably have some scans handy to look at certain panels and pages. But yeah, I want to do some live streams where we can talk about these things. Maybe find. I need to find some guest speakers sometime to share in the dialogue a little bit, make things a little bit more interesting. The other thing is after 3.0 plus 1.0, And we definitely will see more Eva stuff. They've specifically stated in the past that, you know, Evangelion is going to be part of Kara's identity and their output. Just that, you know, Ano is almost certainly going to be done, but I'm sure he will contribute, you know, to the creation and the management of these things, you know, as like a businessy person. But they've said that they want Eva to be freed to more people to be, you know, creative with it. Like Gundam. I think he specifically likened it to Gundam. So, we shall see. I would probably say we might expect something from them maybe within 5 years. I don't think you're gonna get anything right away. Like, I don't anticipate hearing that there's gonna be like a TV series, you know, like announced right at like within a year of 3.0 plus 1.0 like being finished and, you know, pushed out to home video. I would give them a few years first. But I think we might see something from Kara, something new Evangelion from them within a year. I'm sorry, within 5 years. We got our first what is this, like our one of our gams, I guess. If I can put this more upright. No, not really. There you go. Hydrate, kids. Keep yourself hydrated from the Rona. I think I saw someone else ask about Gundam. Not a big Gundam person. I would rather build a, you know, whereas like a Gundam model would be Gunpla from Gundam Plamo, I want to build some Eva Plamo. Some like a real great kit, something like that. But it will have to be something that I can afford. Because if I bought every Eva thing that I wanted to get, oof, big oof, the wife would probably kill me. I spent enough on this stupid hobby as it is. She's pretty good about it though. She knows it makes me happy. Being creative and being dumb and nerdy with all you kids. In an alternate universe, Eva Monkey is Gundam Chimpanzee. Wow. Let's go with Gundam Chimp. I like that. But yes, Mr. Keys, I definitely want to build an Eva model kit. So if anybody out there in the void is from Bandai in any official capacity, drop me an email. I would be happy to do something Eva kit related. But some of those kits, like chat. Any of you guys out there that have built one of these kits, that know how much these things cost. How much does a good, well, first of all, how much does a real grade kit cost? And how much does like an otherwise decent Eva model kit cost? Let me know over here in the chat. $45 or $67, $30 for real grade, $40 for Eva real grade. Is that like $30 for a Gundam real grade and a $40 for an Eva? 4,888 yen. That's about 50 bucks. 60-ish. So somewhere in the 40 to 60 buck range for a model kit, but probably like 50 to 60. That's a bit. That is a bit. Oh, lost a piece. I think maybe getting a kit for promotional purposes might be the best option. Julian Sanchez says, I love your videos. Thanks my dude. Love your face. Thanks for stopping by today. Spending some time with us in the chat. I do really enjoy making the videos. There we go. Actually, there we go. Alejandro, once again, thank you so much for the $5. I just love these discussions about this franchise, and I have the old Bandai model kit of Unit 1 from '96. You can get it on Amazon for around 30-ish. I really ought to... Yeah, you know what? I really ought to budget towards a model kit someday. So, for what it's worth, I want these types of streams, these Workshop Wednesday streams, to be a regular, ongoing thing. All right, and in the future, I would like to do a variety of creative things. You know, like I would like. Recently, I've been on a Lego kick because I actually broke out my old Legos and rebuilt. You know, one of my favorite sets, the Space Bullies 2 Solar Snooper, which is like a 2-part ATV. It had like 2 modules, and it had a spaceship that could come off, and it had a little jail cell. And so I've been on an Eva kick lately. So like I got all of these guys. I got the little ones first, and I had a really good time making those, and it really kind of rekindled my love of Lego. And then I found these larger ones, and there are some even larger sets that I would like to get, but I'm gonna hold off on those for a little bit just because I don't want to drive everybody nuts with my Lego kick here. But next month I'll have to decide on what to get to build or what we should do creatively. But every month I intend to do something every month as a Workshop Wednesday. Because you know, I also really enjoy hanging out with you guys and talk about Eva, and I want to do a whole bunch of different things with you guys. All right, that's the back part. I want to make long form essays. I want to make shorter little news video update type things. I want to get a podcast off the ground that would be a way to interact with you guys and possibly people who have worked on the show, other people in the fan community, like, you know, people who wrote popular fan fictions. And I want to do live content where we can go and like maybe make a puzzle, make an Eva model kit. I want to do maybe, you guys see the Shinji Ikari Fuse Bead piece back here. If you guys aren't familiar with fuse beads, let's pull a few off real quick. One of the other things that I do creatively on the side for fun is sometimes I make things out of fuse beads. Some of you guys may have done these as kids. I didn't do these as kids. Oh man, I just suddenly realized the chat box isn't actually working on my feed. That's weird. Huh. Oops. Man, Restream is really letting me down lately. Maybe because I'm not sending it through Restream, it's not capturing the chat from YouTube. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, so fuse beads. So, I have a large canvas that I've been meaning to do an Asuka piece, you know, like I've done with Shinji here. And this Shinji back here was supposed to be a convention panel prize, but this past year, no Otakon. Ugh. Very disappointing. But one of these days, this back here will find its way into somebody's home. Where are you? I swear, we better not have a repeat of last week where we're missing like a critical piece to finish this. I will lose my mind. Oh, I already got it. I am very dumb. Alright, moving right along. Alejandro, thank you so much for the $5. And for Kara, I hope one day they do animate the Shinji Ikari Raising Project, or adapt the OG Eva manga, or hell, even the anima light novels. Look cool. I think of those three things, I think the most likely, or well, God. What would be most likely? I think the least likely is the manga. And then moving towards more likely would be, I think anima might be the second most likely. I think the most likely would probably be the Shinji Ikari Raising manga, because that ran for a long time and was apparently fairly popular. And I feel like it would probably be popular with like the younger generation of Eva fans. But I think I would probably, I want to see more like, I guess, extra canonical stuff. Like, I would love to see more side stories. That's what I want to see the most. I want to see more supplementary stuff for NGE itself. It's doable, I think. I think there's a lot of wiggle room to tell little stories within the world of Evangelion. That's what I want. And if nobody's gonna do it, I'm gonna take it upon myself to do some kind of collaborative thing with all of you guys where we will do that. got an idea in the back of my head that I would love to do, and I'm trying really hard not to like think about it too much because like I got other things I gotta do. I swear, like my brain is always generating stupid ideas all the time. Like, people have asked me, like, do you really want to run an Evangelion YouTube channel? Like, aren't you going to run out of ideas? And it's like, I made myself an Excel document. I made myself an Excel document with all my ideas and, like, laid out in, like, a, you know, like, well, if I made, you know, one video every, you know, every 2 weeks, how long would it take me to get through all my topic ideas? And, like, when I did it, like, 2 years ago, there was, like, 3 to 5 years worth of ideas, easily. And, like, every time I make a video, I have another idea for another video. It's terrible. My brain is always generating things that I want to do. And I really should just, get over my, like, controlling nature and, like, bring somebody on to like make videos with me that like is at a similar like level of production quality as me, because my stuff is not that hard to make. I don't think. But like I am so like I want to do everything. Like I wish I knew how to make music, make arrangements. That is the only thing that I can't do. I have no musical aptitude whatsoever. I can whistle. I can whistle fairly well. KO can, KO what? Turn Eva into the mecha's very own Final Fantasy. I could dig that. I feel like I've missed something in some context in the chat. I just like that username. Eva does have a ton of content. So as far as arrangements, probably like a lot of the songs that I use a lot as background for my videos. So, like, I get... The music that I use for my videos is... let's actually grab one real quick. Let's see... What's the next one? Here we go. Mahjong Hokan Keikaku, which is something like... you know, Evangelion Mahjong Project, which is a Mahjong game, obviously, for the Game Boy Color. So, if you know anything about me, you know that I also, like, I'm also an avid, like, retro gamer, and I love, like, the chiptune sound. So, some people, like, really do not appreciate it, and hot take, I don't care. I don't care at all. But it's a way that I can, you know, include music, relevant music from Evangelion in my videos hopefully without getting into trouble with anybody from King Records or Kara or whatever. Because, I don't know, I don't know, hopefully I won't. But, I would love to be able to do my own arrangements that would be considered fair use, you know, for my videos. But I just don't really have that aptitude. I tried learning a little bit, like one of those little, like, I got like a like a video, like a program that lets you generate sheet music, but you can also use it to play, compose and output music with various instruments and stuff. So I got like some sheet music from Evangelion, and I tried like translating it into the program, and so that I could like change the instrument type or playback or whatever to be a little bit more derivative, but it wasn't happening. I couldn't figure it out. Just not good at music. So, but to complete the thought, like, I do love my own writing, my own voiceover, my own design. Like, I do everything myself, and I really enjoy doing that. Like, I love that I have, complete creative control, freedom to do my videos, and that it's all me, except for the music. Maybe I can pay somebody someday to do some arrangements. But for right now, I'm going to stick with the Game Boy Color arrangements, because they should be harmless. I don't think anybody is listening to the mixed down music in my videos as being a replacement for their actual soundtrack releases. Spider Adam 26, love the latest video. I didn't know anything about the Eva 3.33, so thanks for keeping me informed. Also, sadly missed the Mark 6 stream. Glad you enjoyed the video. I really liked how it turned out, and you can always watch the Mark 6 stream. It is archived on the channel. There we go. Our Unit 8 can stand up now. So, with the new runtime that we know about now, the question is, what ramifications does that runtime have? Because 300 cuts, 300 scenes, not cuts, 300 scenes of animation in 3.0 plus 1.0 was considered a lot. Like that dive into the vortex should have been like the climax of the film. But now that we know that there's like a whole another half hour after that, well, you need to think about, well, hey, there's something major and substantial after that set piece. So, I think maybe, chat, I want to get your take on this. Do you guys think we will see a flash forward? And that's how we're seeing Shinji in his Unit 1 plug suit from 2.0, when, when we should see, because Unit 1 is powering the Vunder, and Nerve is kind of in ruins. So, like, and then how then can we expect to see a duel between Shinji and Kaoru? There's got to be a flash forward, or that time traveling that we've been speculating about for ages. since 1.0 came out, we've been speculating about this time travel here. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be flash forward? Do you think it's going to be time travel? What do you guys think? Guys, the jar has it's just water, guys. Hydrate. Keep yourself hydrated so you don't get the Rona. If it makes you feel any better, I'll put the glass way over here where it won't distract you. I'm thinking we might see a flash forward. Jared, why not drink out of a jar? They're practically indestructible. Dingus Wingus. That is a ridiculous name. Dingus Wingus thinks it will tie back into end of Evangelion. Three. 1, 2, 3. I think I done goofed. Again. There's one. Nope, there's that one. There's that one. There we go. Damn it. I think I messed something up. Take this, put that on top there, put that on top there. There we go. Crisis averted. Now, one of these. I think I took. There we go. There we go. I took too many of those. Alright. There we go. Back on track. Got a new shoulder pylon on there. Alejandro, thank you so much for the $5. I think it could pull an Avengers Endgame and time travel, and then probably give us the OG manga ending with all their lives being normal. That is definitely something to think about, because, well, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that hasn't read the manga, but there are some things in the manga ending that are either reminiscent or directly tie into the rebuild. So that is entirely possible I just don't know. Like, I think the biggest reason people are opposed to the notion of time travel or the loop is just not liking, you know, like the rebuild films. Like I think we can all generally, objectively agree that the rebuild films are not necessarily bad, just not as good as the TV series. I think we can safely say that the TV series is better. Can we chat? Can we agree to that? That the TV series is objectively better? So, with that in mind, I think the reason a lot of people are opposed or averse to these time travel and loop ideas is that they really want to keep Rebuild separate from NGE. And I respect that. You know, I think you can make as many spin-offs as you want, you know? But because a spin-off is always a spin-off, it's separate. You know, like that's part of the reason why people didn't like some of the new Star Wars movies, is that they retconned or wrote out or eliminated the possibility of seeing some of the characters and extra canonical stuff that people loved. You know, like Mara Jade may never happen, you know? Jorge asks, what do I think is better in the rebuilds? I think there's a video idea in there somewhere. But definitely the animation. Oh, the music. Oh my god, guys. The music in Rebuild. So much better. Like, hot take. I don't like a lot of the music in the original series. It's too 1970s, 1980s mecha for me. But I love, I'm not a big fan of Rebuild 3.0, to put it lightly. But the score for that movie is tremendous. So that's the big one. The soundtrack. A little disappointed that 1.0 was basically just rearrangements of the TV series soundtrack, but at the very least, what is it? Angel of Doom. Angel of Doom is easily in the top 5 pieces of Eva music of all time. Angel of Doom is a solid, I don't think it qualifies as a jam, because it's not that kind of song, but Angel of Doom is solid. A little more Eva R. Some of the stuff that I've got playing on here is the soundtrack to the old Eva R fan fiction. Thought maybe you guys might dig it. Alejandro says, comparing the rebuilds to NGE is like comparing the Star Wars prequels to the OG trilogy. So yeah, NGE is a superior thing, but I still like the rebuild and prequels, and they still need to play main theme. Thank you so much for the $10. Comparing the rebuilds. So there's a lot to unpack there, but I think I don't think it's quite the same thing, because the prequels and the OG trilogy are still part of the same canon. So because of that, like I think, well, let's put it this way: if the loop theory pans out, okay, and rebuild is part of the same continuity as NGE, then yes. Or I think it's probably more accurate to say that if the loop theory turns out to be true, or a thing, that would be more like saying that the latest, the Skywalker trilogy, is to the OG trilogy as rebuild is to NGE, because people, I don't know, it's hard to say. All right, chat, get your take on this. Which do you think people dislike more in Star Wars? The prequel trilogy or the recent Skywalker trilogy? Because as I remember it, people really did not like The Last Jedi. And at the risk of angering you, I walked out of that movie and was like, yeah, that was not a good movie. Didn't like it. Alright, yeah, sequel trilogy. You got OG trilogy, prequel trilogy, and sequel trilogy. Sequel is worse. Wow. That's a hot take. But I don't necessarily disagree. And I'm sorry to say, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I'm more of a Star Trek fan, and but I have some strong opinions about the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, particularly. Oh man, I'm gonna lose so many viewers. For me, Into Darkness was like The Last Jedi. I hated Into Darkness. Oh man, I thought the movie was so dumb. Not a fan of Into Darkness. And we are finished that arm. Yeah, there we go. We got almost a complete Unit 8. We just need to do the head, and we need to do the sniper rifle. Let's see. Just check in on the chat here. Alejandro, thanks again for the $5. Whoops, I meant the Star Wars sequels. So I think I figured out what you meant then. Then in that case, yeah, because the only sequel I liked was Episode 7, and I hope the loop theory is true. Sequels suck. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think that's all there is to say about. I think I'm putting a we're gonna put a kibosh or a moratorium on this Star Wars versus Rebuild, or using Star Wars as a metaphor for Rebuild Evangelion topic. So like, I like to try and keep things positive around here, you know? As like, as a fan or a content creator or whatever, what I want to do is promote and enrich the fan base. And you gotta be positive when you're doing that. And I like to think I do a pretty good job of it. Oh man, I like when there's only like a dozen pieces in the thing, so I can actually find what I'm looking for. Can you name a good J.J. Abrams sequel? Well, you know, I gotta be honest with you guys. I do. Well, I don't know. I just lost my thought. I like J.J. Abrams. Like, overall, I like J.J. Abrams. I really liked Alias, and I really liked Lost. And I know Lost was more like I think it was Alex Orkey and Damon Lindelof, I think are their names. You know, J.J. Abrams kind of just came on to like kind of help, you know, build it or flesh it out, and you know got it going. So it's not really like that much of a J.J. Abrams thing, but I liked some of the shows that he has worked on and directed. I really liked Alias and Lost, even if season 4 of Alias was meh, and season 5 of Alias was like, yep, it's jumped the shark. I liked Alias. Seasons 1 through, if you've never watched it, seasons 1 through 3 of Alias are solid. If you like spy stuff a little bit, and you like mythology-driven shows, Alias was not bad. And Lost, of course, we all know Lost pretty well. Lost was a really, really cool show. Even if season 5 was like the Whiplash season. That season gave me whiplash, oh my god. And season 6 was like, hey, everybody you liked about this show, they're dead. That show mercilessly killed off a ton of people. Oh man, this head looks so weird already. Snoot Boy mentions the 10 Cloverfield Lane. I need to watch that sometime. But something you don't need to see is the Cloverfield Paradox? Cloverfield Paradox, I think is what it was. It was the one that had that guy from the IT crowd in it, and I don't even know who else was in that movie. Cloverfield Paradox was just dreadful. And the promotion for it was like, as I recall, the Cloverfield Paradox was that the third movie in the Cloverfield trilogy? And it was like their whole marketing idea was to announce, like nobody knew about it, and they just announced it at the Super Bowl one year. And then the big like, what? It was like, hey, you can go home and watch Cloverfield Paradox right now on Netflix. Like, it's done, it's out, go watch it. And it was just like, what? But Cloverfield Paradox, man, that was a bad movie. It was like probably started as a script treatment for something completely different, and then they shoehorned, like it was probably like something more like Event Horizon, and then they just shoehorned some Cloverfield elements into it. Because that movie was like 2 movies awkwardly stitched together. It was bad. And that's why it was bad. Because it was probably 2 different movies that they just like smushed together. Like, this movie is bad. Nobody will watch it otherwise. How can we make people interested in it? How about we try and make it part of the Cloverfield franchise? Said, oh my god, guys, have you seen the new entry in the Cloverfield saga? It's so good. Said nobody ever. It's like, oh, interesting. They're making another Cloverfield movie. Oh, okay. I don't think anybody really is like a diehard Cloverfield franchise fanatic. If you are, I'm sorry. Oh, man, movie making is weird, guys. And I apologize for dropping so many weird takes and weird hot takes. That's, that's what you get when you hang out with me. I hope you don't mind. I'm just a big dork. I mean, I'd have to be if, like, I just run a channel just about Evangelion. And like, low-key, my most of my friends don't care. Like, they care in as much as they support me, but, like, I have a few friends that are, like, really serious Eva fans, but, Eva's not for everybody. And I'm fine with that. My opinion on Star Wars. I like the original trilogy. There are some set pieces in the newer movies that I enjoyed, like pod racing was fun. The Duel of the Fates, the fight sequence between Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul was cool. But if they could release a good, high-quality release of the original trilogy on Blu-ray, I would very much appreciate it. I'm more of a Star Trek fan. I broadly really like science fiction. I will pretty much watch, every franchise in their entirety eventually. Like, I really like Babylon 5, Farscape. I've watched all of Stargate, SG-1, and most of Atlantis. So, I really like science fiction broadly as a genre. But Star Wars, I'm not a huge fan of. It's like, I like it a little bit. In certain spots. If that makes sense. Did I? Yes, I did. Occasionally I take out the wrong number of pieces. Whoops. Take out the wrong number of pieces, and then I have a piece left over, and I'm like, what? Okay. I have no idea what 13 Sentinels is. Sorry. there. And then that goes there. And I'm pretty sure I just took out one too many of this piece. I mean, it's gotta be. I've got the... Yeah. Alright, well, let's do... Let's do the other side. Yes, headphones reveal. Audio-Technica ATH M50X. Solid headphones. I've had this pair for... How many years have I had these headphones? It's been a while. I've replaced the cups. I wish I could... Yeah, let's get this on. I've had these headphones for a number of years. I've replaced the cups once, and I wish I could replace the leather part, or, you know, pleather, whatever it is, part of the brim, but it has to be, like, unstitched, and you have to unsolder the... I've seen somebody replace the head brim on YouTube, and he went through way too much effort. It was more of a, like, can I actually do this type thing. But, yeah, Audio-Technica wired headphones are solid. Highly recommended if you're looking for a good pair of headphones that you could, like, consider, like, you know, reference or monitor type headphones. They were not expensive, but they were on the pricier side. I want to say they were like $150 or so. But, you know, need good headphones when you're doing a lot of audio editing. But it's also, when you're doing audio production, it's also important to listen to what you're working on with, like, speakers or, you know, your phone, or, you know, if you can listen to it via other methods, definitely recommend it. So you get a truer idea of, you know, what you're making and how it's going to sound. I think I skipped that on the last video I made, and I think the volume was a little bit too low. Yeah, just line those up a little better. And the other side of the head there. Man, the geometry on this is so complicated. Like I'm gonna modify these to add a waist swivel, and this is like called a toe ball hitch or something like that. This is a 1x2 plate, but there's a toe ball on a 2x2 plate that has a longer stem, and I mocked it up, and you actually get more head swivel if you put the longer stem on. And then I'm going to replace some of the pieces in the center of the torso to add a waist swivel. Because the lack of a waist swivel here is unforgivable. And putting a ball joint up here and then completely locking it in place with all these pieces is just unforgivable. 2 out of 10. Alejandro, thank you so much for the $5. Speaking of Blu-ray, LOL, do you think they are going to include the OG dub of NGE for the Blu-ray release coming out this year? So, there's a little bit of speculation where that is concerned. The speculation is that if you look at, you know, some of Netflix's, you know, anime or things that they have dubbed, it's usually this same one company, VSI. So I think that when Netflix released NGE, they contractually probably had to work with this same company, and this same company, VSI, probably wanted to work with their same actors. Like they want to keep those actors happy or what, I don't know. Like just they probably contractually had to work with this one company, and that company wanted to work with their own people. The disappointing thing is the fact that they didn't, add the original as an alternate audio option. They very easily could have done that. And my understanding of the how legal rights and such with anime dubbing works is when a U.S. company gets the licensing rights to a show, the original rights holder, which would in this case be King Records / Kara, can still have the legal rights to that original that dub work that they do. So like if AD Films goes out of business and somebody else buys up that license, then in this case Kara, King Records, could relicense it to somebody else, and then that somebody else could just reissue with the same dub. So, but they didn't do this because Netflix is not your typical US dubber. So like if Funimation picked up NGE, they may have. I think that they would probably have redubbed it to be more consistent with the Reboot films, but I think that they would have been smart and savvy with the industry that they are in, that Netflix is not really in, and included that original dub work. So that said, all the anime / G kids are not Netflix. They are anime. They're in that industry. They're more directly in that industry, and they know what they're working with. And now that they have seen what has happened with the reception to the new dub work, I would like to. I expect that they would include the original dub work, and they legally can, so long as Kara / King Records, permits them or allows them to, I guess. Because ultimately, that's kind of who it comes down to. So, I am hopeful, even as somebody who is not a fan of dubs anymore, I am hopeful that they will include it, because there's definitely a market for it, and people should have the freedom of choice. I strongly recommend to people that they watch Eva in the original Japanese. I will go to my deathbed saying that the original voice work was objectively better. But I would like to see the Blu-ray releases include both audio options. It would be nice if they could have the dub work by ADV and Manga Entertainment, as well as the dub work by VSI for Netflix. That would be nice. I don't know how plausible or how realistic that is. I am sure that there is probably some legal blockades. But, it's like people used to say back in the day that the rights to The Hobbit were so complicated that we wouldn't see a Hobbit film from Weta, but it happened. You know, people, they worked it out. They had the precedent to work it out, and they did. So hopefully they will work it out, and while they're at it, hopefully they will work it out that they will also include, you know, they will work out the rights to Fly Me to the Moon, because that was disappointing. Like, it's not that big a deal. You know, it's not. It doesn't ruin the show, but it's a big bummer. Alden Tolbert, thank you so much for the $1.99. All hail, Pen Pen. Oh, this is interesting, Heather. So we got the clips, and then we got the rods, and we got it. Wait, that's kind of a tight fit. Let's pull that off there right now. There we go. And then this is so complicated. Interesting. On these two, they actually put the front portion of the face on two different ball joints on the sides. So if you want, you could actually just tilt the face up to get more head tilt. Although it's technically meant to go down to get the downward geometry. But they chose to put the face on a little bit differently this time. They just kind of, so the face doesn't actually have any well, the mouth has articulation, but the face doesn't actually tilt down like the other two do. Interesting. And then we just need to put two of these flat plates on top of the horns here. And I think we are all, whoops, I think we are all done with the head. Yeah, we got a lot more head tilt on this one than the other ones. And there we go. We have ourselves a Unit 8. Like, this is the third one of these that I have built, but I am still very pleasantly surprised at how creative they were at achieving all of the geometry of these Evas at this scale. I mean, and like there's almost no studs visible. They use tons and tons of plates. Just like diagonals all over the place. Yep, Unit 8 has 8 eyes. And we get Mari down here with her Eva. But we are not done just yet. We do. Jared Lim asks, "It looks great, but please, where can we buy these?" I got these ones off of eBay. If you search for this brand here, Keeppley, you should find them pretty easily. They were like 21, 22 bucks. They came from China, so it took a little bit. So, well, you just gotta be a little patient. I think it took like 2 or 3 weeks to get them, because they had to go through like customs and importing and everything. But I am very happy with them, and I've enjoyed having my little Lego nostalgia trip here. There's 3 more sets of larger, less super deformed, you know, ones that I will pick up eventually, but I should probably do a real grade Eva kit or something. I should do an Eva kit. Yes. I should do an Eva kit first. Take a break from Legos and build an actual model kit. I haven't built a model. Like, I built like a toy plane model a long time ago, and that's about it. So I should build a model. Okay. These 2 pieces in the manual looked like they were the same size, and I couldn't find 2 of this one. I kind of started freaking out. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we have all the pieces this time. I think we have all the pieces. Please let us have all the pieces. I don't want to... The Mark 6 kit actually was missing 1 piece, but it was doable. I was able to skip 1 piece, and I can actually replace it with an official Lego piece. They don't have the exact same one in the same color, but they have a piece that will work. But I've never had a official Lego kit missing a piece, but this one back here did have a piece missing. Let's see, 2 pieces on here. Okay. And then we need one of these. And one of these. Okay. We are so close, you guys. One of those, and 4 of these. Cool. Got a little muzzle. Let's see, so... Oh, I guess this feeds all the way through. Yeah, there we go. And then we gotta get that all the way around. And then we need another set. So close, you guys. We're so close. Let's see, how long have we been chatting for here, guys? What time is it? 2:47? Okay. Yeah, I'd like to keep this to 2 hours if possible. And then got some other work I have to accomplish. And then hopefully I can get around to some script work on the next video. And are we all done? Yeah, I think we are all done. A couple pieces left over. And let's just drop our sniper rifle in. Just snap that in place. Position the hand a little bit better. Slide that, and get our ball joint. And we are all done. There, that looks good. There we go. Nice. Nice. Hans, thanks so much for the 5 CHF. Love your vids. What's your opinion on Doro Hidoro? I don't know what that is. Let's see if I can at least... What is that, a manga series? So I guess there was an anime early last year. Doro Hidoro, Japanese manga series written and directed by Q Hayashida, tells the story of the amnesic reptilian-headed Kaiman working together with his friends Nikaido to recover his memories and survive in a strange and violent world. So, dystopian sci-fi, I guess? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Sorry. Possibly something I might be interested in. Let's get our whole crew here together. Yeah. Nice. Hello, Andrew. Thanks so much for the $10. Aw, no love for Dove Ava. All good to each their own. Shinji and Asuka's OG rebuild dub voices are iconic. Also, you hear the theory that Mari is a clone of Asuka's mom, like how Rei Yui is to Shinji. Yeah, so here's the thing. I started out with Ava with the dub, so I don't hate it. I don't hate on it. I'm not a fan of it anymore. I prefer the original Japanese. I've met Tiffany Grant a couple times. We've been on a panel together. She's nice. I'd like to shoot the breeze with her sometime, talk about Eva with her, and really kind of like, you know, because she is kind of like Asuka fan #1, you know. And I'd like to have her, like, if I ever do a podcast, I would like to have people like her on it and kind of just like talk to them about, like, you know, like, like what is your relationship like with this work? You know, like, how has it, like, impacted your life? You know, and you know, tell me about your relationship with this character. You know, this character has lived with you for so many years, and yes, they are iconic. And I think it was a big mistake on Netflix's part to not, at the very least, include the original voice work. You know, as far as Mari's mom, like, there is that photo in 3.0 that has Asuka's mom looking awfully similar to Mari, and with the curse of the Eva, it makes it's possible, but I think, like, Mari to me strikes me as like I don't know, like, chat, what do you think? Mari. Something about Mari and her design and her proportions just strikes me as like an 18 or a 19-year-old for, like, trying to pass as a 14-year-old. But it would be like that would be what it would have to be, you know? Like, it would have to be like what if Mari is actually Asuka's mother and she has the curse of the Eva, so that's why she still appears to be so young. And, like, because there is brainwashing in Eva, and they talk about potentially brainwashing Shinji in 1.0, and that they may have brainwashed Shinji in 3.0. Like, what if they brainwash Mari to keep her around as a pilot? But the question then would be, well, if Mari is Asuka's mother, or if Mari is how do the soul mechanics work at that point? I don't know. It's so I hope that they, real talk, they really, really need to tell us something about Mari, who she is, where she came from, because really all we know about her is that she likes to sing and annoy people when they go into battle, and she likes the way Shinji smells. I don't have anything against her, but they just need to develop her more as a character, you know? She can't just be around to sell merchandise, you know? You have to develop your character. So, is she a time traveler? Is she the mother, but with the curse of the Eva? Is she a clone? The question is, what would the reason be to clone Asuka's mother? Is there a reason to? Alejandro, thanks again for the $5. It'd be cool for her to be a clone of Asuka's mom, just so it would rhyme with how Rei is a clone of Shinji's mom, because Mari and Asuka are a great team. I feel like if Mari knew that, if Mari was Asuka's mother in some way, and she knew about it, it would have come up eventually. It would have come up already. It almost certainly would have. She wouldn't just keep that. I don't know. I don't think Mari is such a loose-lipped person, but we really need to learn more about who she is. You know, because she had ulterior motives in 2.0. We know that. You know, we knew that Kaji had motives. We know that, you know, Mari had motives. She didn't like the whole using adults to accomplish her goals. But we don't know what those goals were. I mean, aside from maybe just piloting an Eva. She got to pilot Unit 5? Yes. She got to pilot Eva 5, which is almost like a jury-rigged from parts. It wasn't a full, legit Eva. But, for her, that was, good enough. But she really, really wanted to pilot an Eva. Which would be interesting if that, she was related to Asuka and Asuka's mom in some way, because that's kind of Asuka's main motivation, is to be an Eva pilot. But then again, they don't really explore that very much in Rebuild. You know, her motivation to be a pilot. So, I don't know. I don't want to get into the whole ragging on Rebuild thing again, but they really need to flesh things out, and I really hope they do, having the runtime that they have this time around, and hopefully that runtime was accurate. That not only it would be a mega bummer if the film classification board leaked the wrong information. How bad would that be? Because everybody reported on it, and everybody is expecting a long-ass movie. Alejandro, thanks again for the $5. But here's this. How was Mari able to pilot Unit 2 in 2.0 if Asuka's mom's soul is still in Unit 2? So, I want to say that there is... don't they... when they put Unit 2 in storage because of the Vatican Treaty, don't they actually remove the core from the Eva? chat, back me up. Chat, back me up on this. Don't they actually remove the core from Unit 2 when they put it into storage in 2.0? And then, so like in Rebuild, based on that, there should be more pilot swapping possibilities. But to be fair, in Rebuild, if I'm not mistaken, they really don't spend very much time at all talking about the mechanics of how the Evas work. Like, one of the biggest, like, tools that they use in the Rebuild films is using NGE as a sort of shorthand, or they rely on it as shorthand so that they don't have to retread as much stuff as they did before. But the downside of that, the complication with that, is that they don't build the world. You cannot assume that the mechanics from the show are going to be the same mechanics as in the movies, because they're not. Unless, again, these films sync up again. Oof, my head. But we don't really know, like, how the Evas really work in Rebuild. We just assume, based on our experience and our knowledge from NGE. We know that Yui is in Unit 1. We know that Yui is Shinji's mom. But we don't have really any information about who's in Unit 0 or in Unit 1. Unit 0 does still go berserk. But yeah, they need to flesh things out better. So it's hard to really make any kind of theories about some of these things, like how can Mari pilot Unit 2? We really don't have any strong evidence for Asu's mother being in Eva Unit 2 to begin with. Young Nitsu, thank you so much for the $4.99. No comment, but I appreciate you. Love your face. Fin202. Hello once again. How you doing? It's alright if you weren't able to hang out with us today, but that's okay. There will be plenty more streams. I'd like to do some more gaming streams a little bit, just kind of chill out a little bit. Haven't decided what we're going to do next month on the workshop Wednesday, but we're going to try and keep doing it, and because I enjoy chilling out with you guys and talking Eva. But guys, it is now 3 o'clock. I had a good time. I really enjoyed finishing our trio of questionably legal Eva sets. They are by Keeppley, which is a Chinese brand. So the Legos themselves are not technically infringing anything because Legos are no longer patented. You can make building block toys. It has the Kara copyright down here, but it's hard to say if they actually have the rights because of some of the other products that they make. But I really enjoyed these. I got these off of eBay. So if you search for Keeppley on eBay, you should find them pretty easily. So, thank you all for stopping by. Love your faces. I'm gonna go and accomplish some things. Got other work I have to do. And then I'm gonna get back to some Eva stuff. Because I've got a script. I got a script that's about a quarter to a third done. I gotta rewatch some episodes, and we'll continue outlining the video, but it's gonna be an NGE. It's gonna be an NGE Asuka analysis. And I think you're really gonna like it. I'm gonna give you some things to think about, and we're probably going to argue, but based on how it's shaping up right now, I'm really liking it, and I think you will too. Best friends forever. Thanks guys for hanging out with me today. There probably will not be a... Let me look at my calendar, for anybody that is curious. We have one more Wednesday in February. We're not going to have a stream. We're not going to have a workshop Wednesday next week. We might have one on the Wednesday the 3rd or Wednesday the 10th. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for next. Maybe we'll make some stuff out of Perler, because there are some other pixel art designs that I want to make some either magnets or standees out of. Haven't decided which. Or maybe we'll do. Maybe I can use some of our super chats from all you generous folks out there today to get a real great kit. We'll see. I'm not going to commit to anything just yet. Just that probably the second week of March we'll have another stream. I don't want to take too much time away from scripted videos to make live content. I want to have a nice healthy balance. We had 3 weeks in a row with these guys. I'm going to take a week or 2 weeks off from streaming these, and then we'll come back and we'll do something else cool in March. Like every month we're gonna do something. Every month. I don't want to burn through all my ideas just yet. But thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see ya probably again with a well, either a short video kind of updating you all on what's going on in Japan in relation to when we might expect the new film. And then, of course, there's going to be that analysis video that I'm working on. Alejandro, thank you so much for the $5. I'm excited. Asuka is best girl. I do like Asuka more than Rei and Mari. But as far as like characters these days, I'm leaning towards Masato because I'm getting older. But I do like Asuka a lot. Not a huge fan of Rei. We'll get another Asuka in the shot here. There we go. Young Nitsu, watch Attack on Titan. I really need to. I watched the season 1 and 2, and there's a season 3. Is there a season 4 of Attack on Titan? Chat, let me know. Somebody Google it for me. I think is there a season 4? Ah, whatever. Attack on Titan, season 4.
Here are some matching news articles.
Yeah, there's a season 4. Yeah, so I got 2 seasons of Attack on Titan I need to catch up on. I did really like that show. It was, I know, so apparently there's some beef between Attack on Titan fans and Evangelion. I don't know what's going on with that, but I liked Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan was like medieval Evangelion mixed with Spider-Man, and I like that. I'm not a big fan of shonen, but Attack on Titan was a shonen show that I could get behind. But y'all take care. Be safe. Wear your mask. Be nice to your parents. Call your parents on occasion. And have a great day.